But don't worry if all that code has you scratching your head. The thing to bear in mind here is that a method called main starts your program, and program CS in the Solution Explorer on the right is where the code for main lives. But we won't be writing code in the program.cs file, so we can close it. Have a look near the top of the coding window, and you will see some tabs. Let's consider a C# Windows application. Here you can see that a Windows form is generated automatically. But in the past we have to write codes for all these interfaces and components. In the left-hand side you can see the toolbox, which contains tools and components to develop programs very easily and efficiently. But all the codes of these tools and components are generated automatically when we drag and drop. In the right-hand side, you can see the Solution Explorer, which contains the code that user write, as well as auto-generated codes. Right below the Solution Explorer, there is the Properties window, and you can access the attributes, events of any tool that you use to develop a program without writing codes. In another way, we can simply say that the visual programming means generating codes automatically. Here you can see a very simple and clear example of auto-generated code of C#. Later we will show you an auto-completion code of Java language also. If you see the highlighted area of this figure, you can see it's mentioned Windows Form Designer generated code and a plus sign to expand that code. Now, let's add a button to the form from the toolbox simply by drag and drop method. Change the name of the button by using the text property in the Properties window. Next, go to the form1.designer.cs, and then you can see the generated code for the button that we added from the toolbox. The highlighted area shows the code. At the bottom of the figure, button type variable, named as button1, is declared. At the top of the page, button1 is initialized. System.windows.forms.button is the button class under the System.windows.forms namespace. Button1 object is created using that button class. Then the properties of the button are initialized, such as location, name, size, tab index, text, etc. As an example, this .button1.text equals submit. Submit is the text property that we changed before from the Properties window. And here you can also see the auto-generated code for the Windows form and the initializing. Furthermore, you can right-click on the button and select Go to Definition, as mentioned in the figure. There we are going to get a closer view of the button class. Here you can see the button class, and the methods and events of the button is declared, such as auto size mode, on click, on text changed, etc. Up to this point, we show you how the code is generated automatically. Let's see how we can write the code without using auto-completion of the code. As an example, we will show you a label displaying Hello World using hand coding instead of using label tool. Before writing the codes for the label, you can see the auto-generated code of the form1 and initialization of the form with the properties such as size, text, etc. Also, we declared the label as label_hello world, which is an object of the label class. Let's start the writing code for the Hello World label.